What are people not knowing about the Yankees going forward, going into spring training? What are you most excited about?
I think we relish the underdog role. I love it. I love the fact that people say Boston's the best team in the division right now. That's great. They had a great offseason. They have a great team. And if someone picks us second or third in the division, I think we're going to relish that role. No one's going to feel sorry for the Yankees. We're the New York Yankees. If anyone goes around the clubhouse and says, "Oh, poor us, we didn't get Cliff Lee, poor us, whatever," no, that's not going to happen. So I relish the role. I think my teammates are going to relish that role as well.
There's a big rumor mill in baseball. The people have even talked about the possibility of you being traded. Would you ever leave the Yankees? Could
Never.
you see yourself doing that?
Never. I have a no-trade clause for a reason. The most important thing for me is wherever I signed when I was a free agent, I was going to be there forever. And that's why it's been so important for me to be a part of the community. I live here full-time. I'm never going to leave New York. I'm never going to move from New York. My family loves it here. My kids love it here. There's nothing better than being a Yankee. I can't imagine playing for some other organization now that I've been with the Yankees.
Well, and also with your outside work that you do, it's got to help to be part of an iconic organization like the Yankees and to be in the city of New York, especially when you're trying to raise money for charity.
There's nothing better. When I got to New York, I really wanted to make sure that I was a part of the community. We moved here full time, and a part of that is really diving in headfirst with a charity, with the community. And the organization that I decided to partner with is Harlem RBI and their Dream Charter School. We've done some amazing things. It's an organization that's been around for 20 years, helping thousands of kids in Harlem and just doing some amazing things. And
this organization specifically uses baseball to inspire kids, basically, to do well in school.
Exactly. Baseball's the hook. Baseball's an enjoyment. We play baseball for fun. At the end of the day, it's a game. So for these kids, we say, hey, come and play baseball. Come to Harlem, play in this beautiful field. But what you have to do is you need to go to school. You need to make sure you're here at the after-school programs. You're doing the right things. You're staying off of drugs and alcohol. 99% of kids from the Harlem RBI program graduate high school, when in the rest of Harlem and New York City, the numbers aren't so good. So we just have some amazing things going on, and I'm so proud to be a part of that organization.
So we're in your house in Greenwich, Connecticut. You have 3 kids, a wife, and you've known your wife since you were 19 years old. It's not exactly what you would expect from a professional athlete, especially a New York Yankee.
Yeah, I met my wife in college, and when I met her at 19, I knew. And when when you fall in love, you fall in love. And a lot of guys say, what are you doing getting married at 22? You got your whole professional career, playing in New York, you'd be single. But love my wife to death, have 3 beautiful kids. It's worked out well for me.
And how does that lifestyle affect your playing?
It helps out a lot because I don't have those outside distractions. I don't need to worry about trying to go to bars or go out to try to impress people or try to meet people. My free time is at home with my kids, hanging out with my wife, having a quiet dinner, maybe going to a movie. And because of that, I have the energy to go work on the field, because when I'm on the field, it's brutal, it's tough, there's a lot of work, and I want to have as much energy as possible on the field.
And you're getting ready to get back on the field as you leave for spring training in a few days here. Right now, what are you thinking about? What is your major anxiety going into spring training?
Well, the anxiety of a season is, you have to produce. I have to produce for 162 games plus the playoffs, and we haven't even started game 1 yet. And so knowing that I want to perform, I want to help my team win every single night, you have a lot of anxiety to make sure you're doing everything possible to get yourself prepared for the season. And that's eating right, getting your rest, working out, make sure you're running plenty, make sure you're doing your footwork drills, your fielding drills, hitting in the cage, hitting off the machine, off the tee. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into preparing for 162 plus the playoffs. And sometimes it gets a little bit much.
We're here in your gym. How often do you work out?
5 or 6 times a week. It's very important for me to keep my weight, like you said, at 220, 230. You know, I'm a good defender, and I want to make sure that defensively I can impact the game just as much as I can offensively. At the same time, I want to be able to run around the bases. I want to have a long career. The less weight that I have on me, the more athletic I am, the easier my joints have is. I have more energy, and so working out a lot, making sure that I have my gym right here in the house. I can work out any time of the day, whenever I want to. I can get in a set of cardio. I can get in my weightlifting. It's great to have.
And that level of conditioning has helped you in seasons when you've been hurt. I mean, last season you played hurt.
You know what? Almost every season you deal with something. Every single major league player that is an everyday position player deals with something during the year. Last year was especially tough because within a matter of 3 days, I jammed my wrist diving and then broke my toe. And that was going into September. Usually September is my best month of the year. 1st of September I get hurt. Very tough year. Up and down all season long, and then I get to September, I'm ready for that, to make that final push, and I break my toe and hurt my wrist. So sometimes when you play the game hard, that happens. That's a part of the game. But my conditioning allows me to be able to play through those things. If I'm not in shape, if you have a much bigger margin of error when you're in shape and you're doing the right things off the field, because on the field you have to deal with certain injuries.
And your torn hamstring, is it fully healed?
Fully healed. It was great. I usually take about a month off once the season's over. That's my active rest period. I play golf, I ride the bike, play with my kids, do some swimming, whatever it may be. So I basically took that month just to rehab my hamstring, and then when I was ready for my full, off-season workouts, I was ready to roll.
Okay, really quick, what's your prediction? What's your prediction for the season?
Prediction for the season is going to be a tough battle. The AL East is the toughest division in baseball, no doubt. I mean, anybody from the Tampa Bay Rays to the Red Sox to the Blue Jays or the Orioles, any one of those teams could win the division. But we're going to be right in the thick of things. And if we stay healthy and all of our players perform the way that we know that we can perform, we'll win another World Series.
And maybe even if you don't stay healthy, you'll play hurt and you'll win anyway.
Well, you have to play hurt. And I'm going to be out there. As long as I can pick up a bat and put on a glove, I'm going to be out there performing.
Okay, well, we'll be looking for you.
Thank you, Lee.
Thanks a lot. This is Lee Hawkins with Mark Teixeira in his gym in Greenwich, Connecticut. We'll see you next time.